Yes. I think we all just need to see what everyone's doing and then put it all together and we can live our best
And
lives.
we can live our best lives.
We do what you do and you do and you, and then we'll have so many great things.
We'll have stuff.
I don't think I'm a very good example.
I don't know. Maybe I'll like it. You don't know. I'm down to blindfold and drive. Listen, I like stuff. I like wild side, bro.
All right, so
Probably not the best
maintaining
either.
healthy work-life balance, correct?
Correct.
All right. I feel like you brought us this topic,
Yeah.
so
Go.
there's no better way to start
Okay.
than with your suggestions.
I find it hard some days. I think some days there's just so much going on that just trying to balance it. So what I've been doing is so nicely I have to take the money home every night. So I just put the money where my computer goes. And I've been leaving my computer at home. That way, if I can't answer it on the phone, I won't deal with it unless it's Catrice or Cheryl. Obviously, I married the IT guy, so I have a computer if need be. But I found that if I don't bring my personal or my work one, I don't tend to kind of hoover over it if someone sends me something real fast. That's what I do.
So you meant you don't bring your personal or you don't bring your work computer home.
Yeah, I try to leave my work computer at home.
I think it's interesting because for you
At work, not
I
home.
got you.
Thank you. I'll leave it somewhere I don't even know. I'm just kidding, Sharon. I'm just kidding. Been there, done that. No, where it is. It's hidden. It's hidden.
Yeah. For you and for a few of you here, you're relatively new to the position.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to guess once you moved into that role, you probably had this firestorm of you must take care of everything or it'll combust. Which I think this is a good way to segue to someone who's been here a little longer.
Right, our seasoned ones or our newbies, us, seasoned, you three.
But I think that's a good tool. Like you only, instead of having all this available to you, you get to go home and be at home.
Because I only get till about 5:15 on Saturday. So 5:15 on Saturday, I don't look unless I have to until Monday morning. But if I have something pinged up, I'll look on my cell phone, kind of put it in my brain, importance 1 through 10. That way I don't have a hurricane when I get there, like, oh, what are you talking about? But yeah, that's what I found that helps me. Otherwise, I was trying to do this and try to do that and be the best me and competing with myself and so. What'd you get? Seasoned fries? Yeah.
Basically the same. Try not to take everything home, but I also put I turn my phone off at a certain time. So from 9 to 6 in the morning, I don't get anything. So I don't hear it bing. And so I don't have that tendency to look at it.
See, maybe that's the part I'm missing.
Phone. Yeah.
Or turn it on silent at all times.
Well, I don't put my phone on silent because I have children still, and so I
Right,
don't want to miss something from that. But I do put my email. None of my students have my cell
Oh, your
number.
email goes on that one. Okay.
So no one has my phone number, so they can't contact me. They can only send emails.
Yeah.
And then to do personal things, get a massage, go for a walk, get out of the office. So don't try to always be here. Sometimes that's hard. But I do tell the students, I do check my email through the weekend. So if you have a question or you needed, something, to email me and I'll check it. And if I need to get back to you, I will. So just try not to stress about it.
Yeah. I think it's important to have those parameters because in the beginning, we're all just like, oh my gosh, we got to do everything. And we don't know what everything is. And so it takes a long time. And then you're trying to figure it out. And then everyone else is like, chill out. You're going to get burnt out. But then having, the parameters or the boundaries on, when from students or I'm checking in, but I may not get back to you until it's Monday because that's when I'm back in the office. I know for me personally, that was something I also had to learn is just putting those boundaries on because for a while, I don't have responsibilities at my house. And so I'm like, it's 11 o'clock at night. I have an email, but now I know I'm like, well, it's 11 o'clock at night and I may have read it But if you're a student, I don't want you to get in the habit of thinking that
Right, that you're just
anybody is going to be responding to you at 11 o'clock at night, because everyone should be at home asleep. So yeah, any other?
And I make sure to respond to their emails, you know, if it is Monday morning, I am responding to that email. I'm not waiting until they get there, or, you know, they're like, well, why didn't you respond to me? So I do make a point to respond, even if it's at 6 o'clock in the morning.
right on Monday.
Mhm.
I've done that too, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, I'm not sure most of the time what my boundaries are, but I do know, like, me and my husband, like, our schedules are weird. And so if we're ever off together on the same day, I'm like, sucks for everybody else. This is it. My focus is here because my family is important to me as well.
Right.
So just knowing what the
Has to be.
boundaries are.
Has to be.
Miss Carla.
I need to do better. I can honestly say that, especially once I get here, I get busy, and lately I've had instructors take a whole week off. There was a week where I was the only instructor here at night, and I was responsible for 3 different classes, you know, which isn't good. So I really need more downtime. So what I have done is I'm not responsible for a class during the day. I still get my hours in, but I come in later in the day to make sure that I don't get here at 8:30 in the morning and then don't step outside until I go home at like 10:15, 10:30. So
Yeah. And sometimes, you know, that is when you take on a leadership role.
yeah, I know, and that's how it is. Yeah,
Mhm.
you're the one that's responsible for everything when
We're
other people
opening
are
the
like,
doors and then we close them and we're like, here we go.
right. And so I do a lot of that. I also have a couch in my office. So I will go in like in the downtime in between classes and, you know, shut and lock my office door and, you know, just kind of lay there and meditate, listen to some really nice music or whatever. So
So I'm missing a couch.
I'm missing an office.
So that is one thing, even if I don't feel like I can take off and leave or whatever, I'll go in and just.
If we get a couch, I'll
Yeah.
tell you, tell me you're proud.
It's like going into
Just to go.
Cheryl's. Huh?
It is just a love seat.
All right, all right.
I think that for you or for all of you, when you're taking on, you know, those extra responsibilities, because
Right.
you have taken them on,
Right,
you have the expectation, you know, you're going to do it.
right.
So what is it you do after, you know, you do that, or what can you be doing in the middle of the day to make sure that you're not burning yourself out, even though you do have to take on 3 classes.
Right. And one, yeah.
Yeah.
So you deal with it.
Yeah.
Suck it up, buttercup.
Charles?
I try to leave after hours, leave work stuff at work, but my students do text and email me. If it is at an appropriate time, then I will leave it. And if it's nothing important, then I'll wait till Monday to discuss
Yeah.
it with them.
Mhm.
Same.
You brave soul, they got your cell phone number. You a brave soul, fool.
I mean, I think in some programs it works, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't
works
think that
for
you guys
mine.
have had any issues with giving out your cell phone number. I don't know why it works more, because they surely are not checking their emails.
For some students, it's a faster way to get a hold of them, but I preface it and I have it in bold letters, text only. They're not allowed to call me, just text.
Mm.
So that way I have the opportunity, if I have time, I'll answer it. If not, it waits.
I go Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Find them there versus text.
I can't imagine your group having your phone number.
No way. No
Oh,
way.
yeah.
No way. They'd
No.
prank me in the middle of the night.
As they should.
As
because
they
you would do
should.
the same to
I
us.
would. I would. They would be like, sound crazy too.
Louis, what you got?
I try to balance between the employees that don't have anything to do with school outside of school hours. And like Kevin over here was 24/7. He'd be on
offering fatherly advice at 2 o'clock in the morning. He'd come in, the next day and like, yeah, I'm tired today. I was up at 2:30 helping so and so. Like, what is your problem, man?
Mhm.
I've kind of increased my, I guess my mental filter.
Mhm.
Whether I look at this or not, I do not give my phone out to anyone. No one knows where I live, I hope. I wish they didn't know what I drove. But it's not a problem. I don't have issues with, I feel bad you're answering my stuff at 10 o'clock at night or
No,
10.
you're awake.
Yeah.
You're working. We're all working.
Yeah, but I don't, but, I tell students, if you have something going on, email me. I don't get my phone out, but email me. And if I'm available, I'll help you. Or, a lot of times it's just, can you reset a quiz, or the math didn't work out on this. What's it? Stuff like that. It only takes a minute. If I'm not doing anything, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it, even on Saturday or Sunday.
Mhm.
If it's one of us, then yeah, I'll pay attention to it outside of school hours, school days. But yeah, I kind of just filter what's important,
Mhm.
and no, resetting a quiz when I'm out four-wheeling with my kid and I had 30 seconds of service. No, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I make myself 110% available while we are here.
Mhm.
And usually that has everything covered. I haven't had, I guess, an annoyingly high volume of outside of work hours emails or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to make myself available 24/7 at my discretion.
Right.
And I tell them that,
Mhm.
if I'm available, I'll answer you. If not, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I respond like, they might be sitting in class, ding, and they'll be like, why don't you just tell me that? Because I wanted to respond to your email. But, yeah, I think, and then the other side of what was on my mind when we talked about this topic was, how much mental time do you spend outside of work thinking about school? Okay. Like I've said, it could be 2:30 in the morning and I'll be like, blindfold driving, there's something to do.
100. Invite Christina.
Yeah. But there are times I'll be in my garage working on something and I'll see some kind of tool and it'll be like, dang, I could do that for school. And I text it in my phone real quick,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's a moment on Saturday afternoon. Pizza's ready. Hang on, I'm making this note, you know. But yeah, I try not to let school creep in outside work hours too much, because it does get tiring, overwhelming.
Mhm.
There was a point where, yeah, I was like, oh my God, I'm sick of even thinking about school,
Yeah.
You can't let yourself be absorbed by your job, whatever job it is you have. You have to make time for you. I was sitting here counting, I think I have 4 or 5 distinct individual hobbies that I might go do with those 3 days off, because I really look forward to my 3 days off, and I make sure that I have a plan. And sometimes that plan might be, what do you want to do this weekend? Watch football and yeah, that's, pizza. And that might be all we do. But there's other times when, yeah, I'll be gone 10, 12 hours in my truck, or 4, 5, 6 hours on my bike, and that's your regenerative time, when you recharge yourself, when you get your brain out of what, it's used to doing 4 days a week or whatever, 5, I don't know, you were 5 or 6 days, 6 days.
Yeah. That's why I was on 3 days off. I love that.
Yeah, sorry.
That's cute. But then when you said work until 10, 10:30, she's like, we're all working. And I looked at her like, not me. Finally went to bed.
I don't get home till, well, it's gotten a lot better than it used to be. It used to be, I didn't get home till 11. Sometimes it was 1 or 2 in the morning, depending on what's going on. And then you're back up at, okay, 8, and then you hurry up to get to school. But no, I haven't stayed excessively late, 10, 15 minutes a couple times recently, but I've kind of streamlined what I do and prioritized when I do it. But yeah, I don't get home till close to, I don't eat dinner till 11 o'clock. I don't get to bed till 11:45, 12:30. And a lot of that's because I'm on this or watching videos, you know. But prioritizing and staying within the bounds of work is really important. And then that time that you do get off, go find something to do. Have a hobby.
Yeah.
You've got to get your brain out of work.
I want to kind of just dive into our newer instructors, and then Sam will get to you on what's your advice for this. But our newer instructors don't have the luxury yet of having things streamlined. They're probably working towards that. So what would it look like for someone who's brand new, who's just now getting their eyes on the curriculum, who needs to make sure that they're prepared and they know what's in the lesson plan, they know what's in the book, they know what's on the PowerPoint, and they don't. And then we tell them that they need to be here at 9 and out at 2 or whatever your guys' schedule is. How do they balance maintaining a healthy work-life balance and also being a great instructor?
My expectation is that the opposite of what I just talked about is they absorb everything they can and take a day to do something, but you have to get up to speed. And in my opinion, and the way I did it was I'm constantly looking at, PowerPoints, at information. I'm on the ASE website looking up quiz questions. I'm in different forums and internet searches and stuff looking for what's the latest technology. And roundaboutly it applies to everything all of us do, different ways. But yeah, somebody new is when I was new here, my hair, what hair I had was sticking straight out.
Yeah.
I was stressed about, okay, what do I need to do? What am I going to have to do tomorrow? What am I have to do the next day? How do I plan my time so that I can get from 9 to 2 or 5 to 10 or whatever it is and not go over, not run up way short kind of stuff. But as you do that, you figure out, okay, so this car is good for that job and it's going to take about that long. And then we're going to have to do this to get ready to leave. And you're done.
Do you guys make like calendars, like a 6-week calendar?
Nope.
No. So we make our 6-week calendar. So then that way I know what each classroom is doing and on the floor. So then that way if something's there, but I think that helps because like our new instructors getting ready to go to classroom, they're already feeling a certain kind of way, even if they've been on the floor for a while, they're seasoned there and just trying to help them grow. They get real nervous about that. So the 6 weeks we have a calendar and then we just change the date in it so they have that. And I think, like you're saying, trying to get them to understand, okay, this is what you have to get done. But if you get done early enough, here's some extra things you could do. And I think them learning their speed, how fast you're talking and everything. So I think that is.
Yeah, they have to assimilate everything in practice.
And I think practice makes perfect. So the more they do it, the more they make it
It
theirs.
just does.
And if
to
they
get
make
it.
notes on the calendar, oh, this didn't work, or this worked really good.
Right.
Just communicating it with everyone and trying to get everyone to collaborate. Like, okay, this didn't work. Did you find that? And I think that seems to help a little bit with that part.
I know taking notes for me was huge. Like, oh, this activity was supposed to take 2 hours and it took 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I made up something else to do real
Yeah,
fast.
yeah.
And that seemed to work okay, but I need to make it something different next time. I'll be prepared for that.
Well, back in the day, we used to have to create our own lesson plans, our own curriculum. So you had to plan out the whole 6 weeks. And what worked for the day class sometimes did
Doesn't
not
work,
work for the
vice
night
versa.
Depends on the
class.
student, doesn't it?
Correct. And how many students you had. At one time I had one night student and we were here until 11 o'clock at night. So we went from 8 to 1 and then 6 to 11. So you didn't have much of a sleep time or a prepare time at night. You had to do it between the break.
Classes, yeah.
So now it's a lot easier to be able to plan that out a little bit better or just to sleep.
Yeah.
So that bases you to be seasoned.
Right.
So.
But lots of notes on what worked or make sure you have so much filler because if it only took 15 minutes to do one thing, you have 4 hours.
Right.
So you have to be able to fill in that time with stuff. And so when you said on the weekends thinking of stuff, I'm always thinking of stuff. My brain doesn't shut off.
Yeah.
And so I'm always trying to, even though the curriculum's made now, I'm always still trying to add in that new stuff to make the program better, to
Yeah.
make the students want to be here and have the whole time filled with stuff for them.
Yeah, and it might be one thought that the group expands on,
Mhm.
but yeah, I mean, it can go from, 30 seconds of a thought to half an hour of a conversation, and
Then I have a whole
run
week of
downstairs
stuff.
and
Right, absolutely.
yeah.
Sam, what are your thoughts?
I think having a hobby to take your mind off of it is good. I started cooking, so
Get it.
I do a mail order cooking
Nice,
thing.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
nice.
and I like that.
I like that.
Peel the membrane off the inside of the ribs. Works great.
I'm gonna start calling him Dexter.
Listen, it does make, and you can put it on the grill without it like.
Well, you bake it in
flaming.
the oven and then you put it on the grill to sear the outside, and then they fall off before they even hit your fork.
We're talking about beef ones, though.
Nice.
Yeah, good.
Oh.
Because I don't like no pork ribs. I don't like pork ribs.
They weren't human, so.
Maybe.
Sidetrack.
Sidetrack. Come on, barbecue ribs.
I'm curious, because I thought the topic when you brought it up was great, is great. I think a lot of times teachers do get burned out. By the time they get burned out, I'm wondering if we can, is there a way to like get to the point where we're curbing that? Like, can I do enough of taking on a hobby and taking a walk, or making sure that I have my boundaries in place to where I'm not getting to the point of being burnt out as an instructor?
I think it's a mindset.
I think
Yeah.
tell yourself.
And yeah, as
Yeah,
long as
true.
you
I tell myself
Mhm.
today, we're not going to think about this while we go do that. Sorry.
No, that's you literally played off of when I said it. I just think it's a mindset. I think if you want to, you will. If you don't, you won't. I think sometimes people can see you burning out before you do.
Right.
So then they try to give you different avenues to help build you so you keep that spark. And I think that, I think it's a mindset.
Do we feel like that's something that we're trying to coach our team to do? Like, do we actively say, hey, maybe take a break, take a walk, set better boundaries?
Absolutely. Because if you don't, then one person down can make a stumble. Then pretty soon you got two down, and now you got a boulder.
Yeah.
And
Then you're
so-
teaching.
One,
Three for plus.
right, absolutely, girl.
And I think that's having that support
Yeah,
system.
absolutely.
Even just having you and Cheryl. Because we didn't have that back in the day. And we lost instructors left and right. And it was a nightmare. And so now we have that support system, and you can see the longevity of the instructors now compared to what it used to be. It's a lot better.
Well, I think of even of like the management program, supervisor part wise too, as well. Because I know that when some come up and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe she emailed that, and it's like 9:30, and my brain's like, you shut off, you're done at 8, But I like to think, what would Patrice do? That sounds like a Monday problem. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. So that's put up into it for like the last month of all. Seems like a Monday problem. And so I think that helps me, like seeing, and when you said that, when you suggest that, it kind of solidifies in my brain, like it's okay, I don't have to fix it right now.
Right.
It's still not going to be better, hopefully not worse by Monday, but just that sounds like a Monday's problem, because I do only have Sunday, and I can't sit there and
You can't.
unload on Zach, because we all know how well that would go. I can't. He's not the nicest listener sometimes, It makes it weird when he knows everyone's name, But so there's so much that goes on that if I was to sit there and like word vomit him, we would never have even one day. So just learning that there's 3/4 of the stuff I can't say out loud, leave it to a quarter, whatever I feel like is bothering me the most. And then there's some days, that it takes me a little bit longer to get over myself, but for the most part, I think just sounds like a Monday's problem. That was probably the best thing you could have said to me because I was like, yeah, what would Catrice do right now? You know what I mean? No one else is freaking out. Let's not freak out ourselves.
I do have another question that you brought up because we're talking about taking breaks. You know, you're allotted some PTO time, and I don't know why that you just took took some time.
Yeah.
How do we get in the habit, or is there something that we can do when we're taking our time off that we're still not taking time off and working? You're supposed to be taking time off.
Communication before,
Yeah.
with your team, because I know I'm getting ready to take a week.
Mhm.
And
Because you shouldn't be thinking about, like, if you're literally
Breaks
legitimate,
though.
your reasons are different, but if you're taking a time off, you should.
you know, you want to make sure,
Yeah.
oh, are they going to show up, and what happens if this, or and you can only do what you can do, and you need to go ahead and take that time off instead of. I've taught for many, many years, and knowing that there are specific break times when there's no students, and waiting until everybody else is off and cramming all your time at once isn't always good either.
So I think
Yeah.
taking time off is something that I've struggled with pretty much my
Yeah.
whole working career since 15, is because I was raised in a different thing. Like you get taken care of what you need to with that. So going and taking a couple of days in here and there, I'm still like, heck yeah, here we go, But having the team, like we're getting there, like we're making one big solid rock. So it's nice to be like, hey Trisha, I'm leaving. See you later, sucker. Here's for you. And then when she's not there, we have other ones that we can fall on that we trust and we know that are going to say what we need to, let us know what we need to know, and then wait for a Monday problem. So
It'll be there.
it'll be there. It'll still be there.
I think the communication is key because I had a really crazy student that picked fights with my instructor when I wasn't there.
Right.
And so that made it hard because I couldn't take time off when that student was enrolled, because every time I stepped out of the office, she was on the instructor. And so that makes it difficult too.
100%.
So can I ask, because I've had maybe similar things, whatever happened, shouldn't your instructor be strong enough to handle that or experienced enough
Yes,
to
but
not
this
allow that to
student scared
escalate?
her.
Well, okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
There are no other words to put it.
Yeah, okay.
And again, I've been here for almost 17 years and I've had one student that scared us.
Okay,
So
understandable. Yeah, I've had a couple that you wonder if they're not going to come in and just one day.
yeah.
Yeah. But okay. Well, I feel like, so I had a lot of PTSD coming out of dealerships into this job, because the amount of respect and support is opposite what the dealers are. The dealer is like, you'll be here, you'll get this done, or you're fired. We don't need you. So to take a day off in a shop is, as long as you plan with your advisor that the work will get done, or that the work is limited so people aren't backed up. Anyway, nothing stops. You're not that significant. And that's the way I felt here. Am I that significant or not? I've taken time off and nothing's fallen apart. So, I mean, yeah, it'll keep moving wherever you work. It'll keep going. Unless you own your own business and somehow it collapses because you took a day off. You weren't a very good business person anyway.
Well, no, it can feel that way when
Yeah,
you're in business for yourself and it's client based and
yeah. My
and
dad,
you don't work, you don't get paid,
yeah.
but you still need a plan.
Last random question here. Maybe. But the last random one I have off the top of my head is, I think we always, when we're talking about maintaining, a healthy work-life balance, we're always talking about things that we can do outside of work. like when we get home or when we go off to the mountains or when we take vacation? Or are there things that we could be doing while at work? And I think we talked about one of them, which is boundaries, but while at work, or maybe we didn't.
That
Not
was
really.
outside.
That was
of
outside
the
of work,
boundary. Yeah, it
too.
was outside of.
Things that we can be doing at work that will help us keep healthy balance.
When they're on lunch, you shut your door. You
Yeah,
do
you
not
do
go
not.
anywhere with a student. Don't
No.
go outside with them. So you have that 20, 30-minute break. So you don't have any communication with those students.
Yeah, you just have to verbally say, I'm sorry, it's my break too.
Yeah.
Because you will get students that want to ask you
Yeah.
questions or want help or all of these things, and they need to realize the break's just as important for you. That, you know, you're not available to them as much as they want, you know.
Yeah.
What a crazy concept. You look forward to it just as much as they
They
do.
do.
You mean sorry, you get a break too?
This is an invaluable tool because I'll look at it and go, oh man, I gotta go call Cheryl. All right, you guys take a break. I'm gonna go make this phone call.
I love that. I
And they
love
hear
that.
Cheryl, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Man, he must be in trouble.
So you have your students scared of Cheryl. My students, they only recognize her or remember her name from CCR orientation.
I've had students ask, like when either of you walk through, they'll ask, what were you in trouble for today? I'm like, what in trouble for a damn thing? They came out to
100%.
pay.
Mine too. Don't worry. They show up. They're like, oh,
If the
really?
boss
What you
shows up,
do?
You're in trouble.
I was all lost. But I am guilty of the lunch. I don't. Sometimes I'll hide in my car, but my car's right outside the back
Yeah, you
door.
can't.
So like,
And they're
but
bad enough.
I found that if I put everything, like I got like 4 or 5 different ones of these, but I think I'm down to 4 now. But just putting it down in the calendar so I can see what's coming up first. I'll put on a thing, what's a higher priority, when's my deadline, you gotta start this. And kind of just breaking it down like that while I'm at work. So, okay, I gotta get this, so let me do a little bit here. That way when I do get that Sunday or I don't answer after Saturday or whatever, then I don't have so much work to go to. So I don't.
And all your priorities are taken care of. Probably really helps your brain navigate. Like, all right, this is done, this is done. And it's not like you don't have to hold it. You probably do. But I think of people who normally write stuff down. You don't have to hold that in your head anymore because you can just open up your book like it's listed out for you. I hope that happens for you. I know how your brain works.
My
Not
brain's like,
saying I don't do work away from the students on their break. I go in, I shut the door, and I'll read emails or do stuff. But
for
I'm
your
just,
lunch. Okay.
but I just don't physically have
Yeah.
a student
You don't
near
have
me.
this.
Correct.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
Close my door.
Close your door.
At lunch. Doors closed. Can't sit here.
See?
Run away and hide.
Turn the lights off.
Right? They'll still find me, dude.
I ended up telling my students over here, I said, if the door's closed, just don't knock. You're welcome in my office anytime, except when the door is closed. If the door is closed, don't even knock. Don't peek in my back window. Don't shove things under the door at me. Yeah,
And then you let them in, and then it's like, I would love to help you. Pay for this away.
Or be like me and be in a different classroom or, you know, so that when you're in your office, that's the last place they go.
Yeah.
Mine's JJ's office. I go hide in that little one, like, hey.
They can't see you in there.
They can't. Well, my office, like, it got to where I would look down, from up there, and then they'd be like, "What? They staring at us the whole time?" And I'm like, "You're staring at me, dude. I literally just gave my eyes a break." So I put plants there, and then I thought maybe that would fix it. So then I look over, and they're like, "She's staring at us through the jungle." So then I put 2 computers. So now I'm barricaded in, so they don't know if I'm there or not. But if they know the light, so even if I turn off the light, they still be like creeping up and looking.
Camera up there.
Right, I got you.
Any other advice? What a fun topic. Thanks for bringing it up.
I like so what I got from it, the silent from the weekend, just putting my emails on silent so I don't hear a ding, but I still can read it. I'll get maybe,
I think that'll work. I check mine like during a specific time during the weekend.
on the weekends.
Yeah,
Oh,
like if,
I'm gonna,
if my husband is there, okay, I'm not gonna go the whole day,
Mhm.
but I'll check it at like noon. I'll check it and get out 3, and I'll check it before I go to bed. So,
like it.
you're good.
So I'm gonna get better at that. Don't feel guilty for taking time off,
Right.
and then close my door at lunchtime. I'm
Yes.
gonna put a little curtain up.
There you go.
Can't see me now.
Love
See ya. Blend in.
All right. Thanks for the great conversation, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. See you later.